morning. Today is Saturday, April 25th. It's time to go over our weekly highlight meeting, which is time to hit refresh. Sorry about the hat. I just got back from my walk and my hair is a mess. It's morning hair. So, but I wanted to get this up because I like to get the highlights up before noon on Saturdays. I know we're the last ones to get it because the weekly comes out on a Sunday, but my meetings are on Saturdays, and so that's when I do my highlight meeting. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I did this week. I have come to the realization, which I don't know, maybe it's all been happening all along and I just didn't notice, or maybe it's just the way the sun's coming up. I don't know what the deal is, but you get to see my whole body in the reflection of the scale. That's not a pretty sight. So trust me when I show you how I did, that it is truthful, because I'm not going to lie about that. Who would lie about that? I have to tell you, I am so mad because the only thing I had off planned this week, which is an honest to goodness true statement, is I had 3 chocolate chip cookies, not all at the same time, that my daughter had made last Sunday. I had one on Sunday and I had 2 on Monday. And I did have a small slice of banana nut bread on Wednesday that my daughter had made. Other than that, I stayed on my program 100%. Although I will admit, I did use a few of my points over the 23 points. I did get a blue dot every day. Even on the one day where I had that cheeseburger and onion rings, which, if that's why I gained the 1.6, it was totally worth it. It really was totally worth it, because every once in a while you just have to treat yourself. And, as much as we all would like to think that, as long as we're good, we're going to continually lose weight, and your body has other plans for you. It really does. I did really well during Lent. I think I lost almost 6 pounds during Lent, or 7 pounds. I forget exactly how much, but it was a lot. I lost every week during Lent. But during Lent, I only ate 1 meal on Fridays. I only ate 2 meals during the week, and I didn't have any sweets or treats or anything of any kind through the whole 6-7 weeks of Lent. So I just know that that was one of the reasons that I went back to eating 3 meals a day. I did have a bit of a scare a couple weeks ago that I didn't eat enough, and I paid the price for it, and it did scare me. And so I thought, what, losing weight is not worth your health. So I did start eating more. And if that's why I've gained weight, my body's fluctuating, because I did gain 0.2 last week. So in the last 2 weeks, I've gained 1.8. But I still have a total loss this year, which is perfect for me. So I'm happy with, how I'm going. I'm not happy that I had a 1.6 gain. Well, let's get that straight. I'm really not happy about that. But I do really believe it's just my body readjusting, because I know in my clothes, how my clothes are fitting, that that my pants are starting to fall off. I had to get a belt, and so I know. I just know that, as disappointed as I am, because I was at 90 pounds. I was over 90 pounds, and now I'm back in the 80s, and so that's just discouraging to me. But the lesson I did learn is I can't eat 3 meals a day, and I can't eat more than 23 points. Some people can. Unfortunately, my body doesn't allow that. So I'll make adjustments this coming week. I think I'll eat a little bit more vegetables, because I do find that when I eat more and I love vegetables. I don't know why I don't eat more of them, but anyway. So that was today. My goal is to lose it by next week. We'll see. We'll see what goes. But anyway, let's talk about the meeting now. Enough about me. Time to hit refresh. We've all had those days, weeks, or even months where we've fallen off course. That's today. Now more than ever, life happens. I can't really even blame the quarantine for my weight gain. I really can't, because as far as it goes today, I am very thankful that I don't have any fattening foods in my house, because I'm disappointed, and the old Sandy would turn to fattening foods. And the old Sandy, even though there was no fattening foods in the house, would drive somewhere and go get the fattening foods. But no, that's just not me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to accept it and move on. And while we work to create and adapt to our new normal, keeping up our healthy habits may not have been the #1 priority, and that's okay. Sure, spring looks a little different this year, but there's still plenty of ways to see it as an opportunity for a clean slate. I pretty much stayed at the same routine. I am like a routine person. I get up in the morning, you know, go to the bathroom, make my bed. I make my bed every morning because they say that's a sign of success. I don't like getting into a messy bed. I just like to make a bed every day. So I make my bed, I take my medications, and then Jim and I go for a 2-mile walk. I get home, I drink like 34 ounces of water. I read a little bit, and then I take my shower, and then I think about breakfast. I work on the puzzle. I watch a little bit of YouTube or watch some TV, plan out what I'm going to have for dinner. I try to keep a routine that, you know, like this is what I'm going to do. And even though I can't do other things like I used to do, like I could go to the grocery store or I could run up to Kohl's to look at some clothes or something like that, I'm adapting to my new normal, and I'm trying to keep my old normal incorporated into my new normal. I'm trying to keep my life as steady as it was before all of this happened, and just adapting and not having temptations around me, just trying to realize that, you know, this is going to go on for a long time. It's just, you know, like back in March we were thinking, oh, well, you know, we have a thing till March 30th and then it'll be all done, said and done, and it'll be over with. No, this is going to be at least a year, and could be up to 2 years, and you have to not think of it as 2 years down the road. Just think of it as a new adaptation of how we're going to live the next 2 years, in anticipation of how great the next 20 or 30 years are going to be after that, that we'll learn something from this experience. So these are some things strategies that you can try to set up your day, your week, your month, your year, so that when all this is said and done, that we're not going to have like a huge gain. We're just going to come out of this either staying what we were at, just a couple pounds heavier, or loss, you know, which is my goal, is my loss. But anyway, #1 is set up your space. Make healthy routines easier by leaving your yoga mat next to the TV or putting fruits and veggies so you don't have to think about them as snack times. I am not a snacker, but if you've seen my meals, you know I eat pretty big meals. I do think that part of the reason that I gained this week too is I had a lot of fruit this week. And fruit, even though it's natural sugar, it's still sugar. And it's not high in calories, but it's the sugar. It's the sugar that's getting my body. I'm very fortunate that I don't have any signs of diabetes or anything like that. But I do realize that I need to cut back on my sugar a little bit. In the same sense that when I had my little scare, that I wasn't eating my fruit because I didn't have any, and it was, you know, like I had to wait so long before I could fill my grocery order. And I think my body was used to the sugar, and so I think it went into shock because it was scary. Anyway, the next thing they tell you to do is to track smarter. Pre-track this week's meals so you know what you're eating ahead of time, or set daily reminders to track it on your phone. I track on my phone every meal after I've eaten it. I track it in a book so I can go back to it to look to see how I did, what I did right, what I did wrong, how I can improve. And I pretty much plan out my day. I don't plan out a whole week. I've done that in the past, and it did work for me, but I just got lazy with it. No, there's no other word for it. I just got lazy with it. So I plan my day each day. And like I said, I'm going to try to plan to be a little under my 23 points each day this week. Focus your intentions. Reflect on what a new beginning means to you and what you want to do to accomplish something during this time. I want to accomplish getting to 100 pounds before this quarantine is over. My goal was to do it by the first Saturday in June, which I think was the 5th of June, but I'm not sure about the exact date, but I think it was the 5th of June. But the first Saturday was what I was hoping. Well, now I got to lose 12 pounds, and that's quite a goal for someone my age. But my intention is I'm going to get as darn close as I can get to it. I really am. My hope is that before the summer, maybe I'll reset my goal to my anniversary, which is July 2nd. But I'm going to focus my attentions on staying on plan, not ordering fattening foods for my grocery hauls, and just being proud of how far I've come, because I have come a long, long way. I know I've come a long way. I put a picture the other day of my holding up the jeans that I wore the very first day I went into Weight Watchers. Here, I'll put a picture of it. I can't believe that I ever fit in those jeans. They're just so big, and I keep them as a constant reminder of how far I've come. I need to buy a smaller pair so that I can see how far I have to go, but then I don't want to throw myself off, so you know, I'm rethinking that decision. The next thing they tell you is to go back to basics. Look back at your first success planner. What helped you when you got started? Do it again. I was 304.2 pounds. If that's not a starter, I don't know what is, because I don't know. This morning I think I was 215.2, I think, something like that. So I've come a long way. I'm not doubting how far I've come. I have come a long way, but I'm just so determined to get my 100-pound loss and to get into Wonderland. Those are my two main goals before the end of the year, and obviously before my birthday, which is in September, because I'm going to be 70. And let's face it, I'm not going to have no big surprise 70th birthday party. That's just not going to happen, because it's the fall, and well, it's the late summer. But the virus is going to be making its comeback, and the flu season's going to be starting. I don't think we're going to be back to completely normal by then, and so it's going to be a different birthday. It really is. But when my 72nd birthday comes around, we're going to celebrate like it was my 70th. That's my plan. Spring clean your mind. It's normal to worry about the future. Write down your thoughts and jot down steps you can take to refocus. It'll help your process then and move forward. Like I said, I've set my small little mini goals that I have every intention of following through with, and I'm going to do it. I just know I'm going to do it. Because studies have shown that we feel more capable when we have a plan. When we start with a clean slate. This is a clean slate. I weighed this morning. I had a gain. See, I cut my finger yesterday. It's distracting. But, oh, and I even covered up. I have Elsa. Anyway, I'm sorry I got distracted. That's just who I am. But if we start with a clean slate, today is a whole new day. I get all new 23 points. I get my 42 weeklies. I started my day off already. I went for my walk. I'm keeping my day as normal as possible. I'm not going to go crazy. I set up my new goals for the week. My new goal is to lose the 1.6 that I gained today, plus the 2.2 that I lost last week. So it's a lofty goal, but my goal for this week is to lose 1.8, to get back to where I was, and that'll put me over my 90 pounds. And I'm going to think about what things are going to potentially slip me up, and try to avoid them. One of the things that is I do have another grocery order coming in on Wednesday, which I can modify until midnight on Tuesday. I'm going to think of a potential slip would be today. If I was to go on that, I would add something fattening. I am made a determination that I'm going to check my list on Tuesday evening and reevaluate what I've ordered, see if I need to order more, and not go crazy and not order anything that I don't need to order, because I'm on this mission, and I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna complete this journey, and get creative with your activity. Choose an audio workout in the WW app, or do some on-home things that you can find an online class for. There's so many things on YouTube. There's a Leslie Sansone walking videos. You can find yoga videos. You can find Zumba videos. There are all kinds of things that you can find if you just make an effort to look for them. And just, you know, even around your house you can do things. I mean, some people I know aren't capable of getting out and walking, but you can walk a little bit more at your house. You can walk around in the living room or the kitchen, or go down your basement, walk back and forth to the street, you know. And if you're confined to a chair, there are chair exercises that you can find on YouTube, just to do some chair exercises that, you know, like there's some people that aren't capable of doing walking, whether it's their feet or their back, or just, you know, like medical issues. But that doesn't mean, you know, like you see people in wheelchairs doing Olympics, Special Olympics. So, I mean, they found a way. And so I always say that, well, there's a will, there's a way. And I know that there's a way. The recipe is for BLT egg sliders. Looks like too much work for me, but it does look interesting. It's like a hard-boiled egg that you slice in half, and then you put some tomato and bacon and lettuce on it. Yeah. But I'll put a video of it at the end so that you can see if you want to try it out. But anyway, 1.6 gain. Not happy, but not devastated. Not delusional to think that that's going to happen every week. And I'm still focused. I'm still focused on that goal, and I'm not gonna give up because I believe in myself, and you need to believe in yourself too. If you've slipped along the way, just try to make one day that you're going to make a difference. That there's 7 days in a week. Just pick one day that, on that particular day, I'm just going to follow it perfectly. Maybe not the other 6, but that one day. And then next week, say I'm going to do 2 days, and just work yourself slowly back into a routine, because we have to establish a new routine, because this is going to go on for a little bit of time, and we have to make do with what we have. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. So remember to always stay safe, stay healthy, stay home. Talk to you guys on my daily vlog. Okay, here's the weekly. Time to hit refresh. And then they're going to tell you some different things that you can do to hit that refresh button and get back to your basics. Get back to losing weight, not worrying about what's going on in the world too much. And then the recipe is for the BLT egg sliders. It's 1 point on all plans, but the green is 3, and I'm thinking that's because of the eggs, because I think it's 2 points for an egg. But I'm on the blue plan, so I don't know. But it does look pretty interesting, doesn't it? So let me know if you try it.